Everyone, today I'm gonna introduce you guys to the social engineering techniques of embedding malicious code inside the HTML message of the email. For example, files can be embedded, like malicious files, like the executable files here as listed, document files, image files, music files, and video files. The ones behind are like the extensions or descriptions about what kind of files specific to the meaning of it can be embedded inside. And also, we can also embed malicious links or code inside the HTML messages of the email. Like, for example, the malicious JavaScript code, phishing links to capture credentials of victims, or IP grabbers to grab IP or device informations, or exploit code that can lead to remote code execution on the system or exploit systems in some unique way. So that's how basically we can embed malicious code into our HTML email messages. In the next clip, I will show you guys how we can actually embed malicious code into the emails and send it over for the victim to click, and that it will get them executed. Everybody, today I'm gonna show you guys how we will create malware on the Linux system, but you guys need to understand it's not fully undetectable. The next clips I will show my own malware. That's how I'm gonna use it for the video, but I just want to show you guys how we can create it for the video if you guys want to test it out, but you will get detected by the antivirus. So anyways, we will write msfvenom, the local host. First of all, we'll open another window where we will use Ngrok to open a specific port. We want to listen to the port 446. And as you guys can see here, that's the external connection, and this is the local connection where we can listen to the connection. Then open another window, and we can write nc inferno p446. So this will listen to the local connection that this external connection, we configure it with the payload, will send back to us. So if any victim clicks on the malware that we will create with this one, the connection will get sent externally from here to our local host, to our local network machine on the Kernel Linux. So now we will first replace it with this. We'll make the port this port, make it a little bit bigger, and we will use the payload Windows 4 shell first TCP, and then we make it a exe executable output as backdoor exe. This will create our malware. This is the payload, this is the port, this is the IP address where the connection gets received, or the host. The executable format is exe, is a Windows system. The output is backdoor.exe. So we just need to wait until this gets created. So as you guys can see, if we clear the window, write ls, we can see the backdoor files here, or if we go to folder, and you guys can see the backdoors here. So you guys just need to send it to the victim, and if they click on it, they get infected. But we will embed it in the email in the next video, and I will do it with my own book-rammed C++ malware here. So after guys got the malware set up, in the listener setup, we will open another window and write sudo and get privilege access. And then we will go to the folder HTML, the cd command. And then we can look at the directory, what there is. So that's our HTML page. So first of all, we also need to copy the malware file inside here. So my malware files like inside the home docsnet directory, and we have copied this into the var HTML. And if we list it again, we have the malware here. So after we have got this, we will also write a malicious JavaScript. So first we will then write window onload is the same as function. We write the function inside here. Windows onload means like after the page finishes loading, what should happen next. So then we will write window location is the same as HTTP. And then we will actually need to specify the file which is inside the web page. So let's open another window first of all. Let's go to the directory where we have the HTML file. First, we also need to set up the HTML file page. Actually, increment the script. So write script source and then this malicious file, which we will then save later here. You guys need to have this set up first, and then we will first of all host this one. After you guys hosted it on a directory, you can see, for example, each example, go to this, open browser. As we see, the page is running. It has no specific graphics or image inside because we didn't code inside, but we want to code it so if we visit the page by the link or the email, that it will download basically a malware automatically on the system of the victim. So that's what we want to do. So let's open another window. This window will make the website go externally. You will write for this SSH r software server 80. We write the local port, the external port, ServioNet. This will tunnel all your web code to this ServioNet server externally, so it can be accessed to the email externally by other victims, like victims from other countries. So that's how it basically works. If, for example, open this link now, we can test out if the page is the same, but it is externally. So you guys can see here, the page works and it is the same as the local page. So after we have done this, let's make this smaller, and let's continue coding. So now we will place this specific website link actually here. We will also specify the malware file, which is basically inside. And after we have done this, we can just also write this to make it complete. We'll do exit and save. Y to save. File name to write. Click enter. Hit enter. Now you guys see list, we have the malicious JavaScript and the malware file and the page which serves the data out. So that's how we set it up. And the next clip I will show you guys how it will look like if we would embed it in the email message basically. So to send the malicious embedded code and malware to the victim, we can, for example, try to send it here. And then I will send it specifically to this email here. So I will send it to this email and I will write, for example, software download. And how can we edit the code or embed inside? We will inspect element. Right click and inspect element if you guys don't know. And then if we are in the HTML code here, we can right click again, edit as HTML. Then we will we'll need to write the code inside exactly here, between the br and div inside here. We write a ref, then we write the page, like where the victim should get redirected. Then we will put this inside as the button name. That's like the button name. And we close this. So this code basically is the code. That's the victim click on a button which is named software download and redirects to this website where we have hosted our web service with the malicious code and also malware inside, which gets automatically downloaded. So after we have saved it, we can close this one, and then we can write, for example, oh, this new software is great. So this is very basic, but you guys can make it much more advanced with pictures, with other ways of writing inside or changing the HTML front-end page. But I'm just gonna do it like this for demonstrations. Now, if you will, for example, send it, and we just wait until the victim receives. So this is the victim side of the email, so they will receive inbox here, like email inbox. Can be Gmail, Yahoo, or any emailing service actually. As you guys can see here, we have received from the attacker the inbox, and as you guys can see here, it says check out this new software, it's great, right? And if you will, for example, click on this, it will automatically download like a malware file. And if you save the file, for example, it will show as a potential risk because this malware is not fully undetectable, but you can make it by coding it yourself or encrypting it or securing it. Now, if you would allow download, for example, and if we will, for example, click on it, then we will just run it. Now we will look at the system of my Kali system. As you guys can see here, we have full system control and full access. So we can even write who am I to see, oh, this is my username. Or we can, for example, look at the task list, what processes run in my Windows system. And can also shut down the system and do many other things. We have full command line control over the Windows system. In this clip I will show you guys how we can get the external IP address, device, and browser and time zone information about the victim. So first of all, we need to start the Apache service like this. We will start the front end page on this directory, and then we will make it external the website or the page. We write like this, AT with auto SSH, and then we make the page as like server.net, like it's like hello.server.net, and that's the local IP address, and that's the external port, local port, and then we will pipe it with the Wireshark tool in the interface on the local area network. And then we will open this and go to any, and then HTTP. And after you guys hit HTTP, we will close this and we will send now the basic link to the victim. So now we can send it to the victim. We need to first find the specific email of them. So I will try it out with this website link. So if we copy this for example now, and we will go to our Chrome and try to send on this specific email, we write for example check out this link. Then we can change the code here, which is the button where we have our link embedded inside that we are hosting. We will write inside a href to direct the victim, we will write also the HTTPS hello.server.net, the page that we are hosting like externally, and then we will write inside here like the name of the button that the victim will click. So that's basically the code. So that's how the code should exactly be, and we close it. And because guys, since here, check out this link, and we will just send it over. And in a few minutes, the victim will receive the inbox about it. Just need to wait. So if they receive the inbox like this, they can, for example, click on this link then, and they will get redirected to our page that we have hosted, and then we will get the data of the victim here on the Wireshark traffic sniffer tool. So if we read here, that's the IP address of the victim, that's the page they have clicked from, that's their time zone, that's their system, Windows system, and their browser information, and other specific information that we have captured, basically. In this video I'm going to show you guys how we will embed the malicious JavaScript code inside the HTML page that we can serve externally, but the Beef-XSS framework won't only work locally, as I don't have a VPS or a server that does it externally, so we can only infect people locally. So there are many videos out that teaches you guys to make it like externally, but I will just showcase how we can embed it inside. So first of all, we open the terminal, we write service Apache 2 to start the service, like web page service. And then we will write Beef-XSS start. And after this happened, it will open the Beef panel, but we need to specify our private IP where we receive the connection here, and we write the credentials inside. And now we will embed the hook inside the web page. We go to this page where the Apache 2 hosts the server, the web server, and right now index HTML, and then we will need to embed the script like this. So the page, if it gets executed and redirected, if the victim gets redirected and they click the email page, then they will get infected basically. And now where we can also put it externally, not the Beef server, but the page server of Apache. And we copy this link, and we open Chrome, send it to a victim, and I will use this as the victim, this email, to test out. And then we will edit the HTML page. And we write here a href and paste the link. Oh, sorry, the link, which is this link. And then we need to make it HTTP. This Beef is configured like that. Then we write visit this page as the button text. And this is basically the code that we need to write inside. And we just end it like this, and then we need to send it to the victim. Now the victim will receive the inbox about the fake page. I mean like the malicious page where we embedded our malicious JavaScript code inside from Beef. And how we receive this page, this inbox, and if you will click on it, for example, like the victim will click on it, it will be redirected to this malicious page that we have hosted, and we can also then control the browser. As you can see here, the browser got infected, and we can also control it through the commands list, and also look at the network and do many more specific things.